Hello and welcome. The Balogun market fire incident. I want to really talk about it. It's quite sad. And first of all, this fire is a human tragedy before it is a political or ethnic discussion. Yeah. People lost their livelihoods. It is said some people are still in the rubble. And people lost their livelihoods built over decades. And some lost their loved ones. For many traders, Balogun Market is not just a place of business. It is their pension. It is their children's school fees. It is their survival. That reality must come first. This is what I consider first. The human tragedy, that is the side of it I consider first. That said, the incident cannot be brushed aside as just another market fire. No. And you know what raises question? The pattern. The pattern raises question. Balogun Market, like several major commercial hubs dominated by Igbo traders, it has a long history of repeated fires. Often, note, particularly often during festive periods, when people have stocked their shops, when they have, because they want to sell, they want to do massive business. It happens when response is slow or overwhelmed. That is when it happens. Mostly, it is timely. Note carefully. When events begin to repeat themselves too often in same location, people naturally stop seeing them as isolated accidents. That doesn't mean sabotage has occurred, but it does mean questions are valid. Yeah. In any society, repeated disasters without accountability create suspicion. The response raises more questions than answers. Note what eyewitnesses are mentioning repeatedly. They notice smoke earlier. Fire spreading rapidly before effective containment. Notice that. They notice smoke early. Then fire spreading before it was massively, before they started containing it. As if it was allowed to burn for a while, then the firefighters had to. And at this particular time, there were difficulties trying to access water or equipment. The other one is structural collapse, complicating issues. Now, even if the fire started accidentally, the scale of destruction points strongly to systematic negligence. Yes, there is weak fire safety enforcement. There is poor building compliance and inadequate emergency preparedness. The market wasn't prepared for such fires. They were not, having known that this is happening constantly, preparations have not been made for that particular kind of risk. And by the way, this is not just about Balogun. The government has also failed. Yes, there's government failure in this. There's the individual, the people who are operating there, and there's a government part of the blame. Now let's look at why people are thinking there is a sabotage against Ndigbo. This is why people are thinking so. Let's be honest. People are not just making these claims in a vacuum. No. They are coming from a long history of economic sabotage, vulnerability, repeated losses without compensation. Because definitely all of these things, all of these losses will not be compensated for. The one who claims to own the market or rent it out to Igbo people, they don't tell you sorry. Those who are saying it's an attack on Ndigbo, they have reasons. Because you check each of the time this happens, it is still the traders that still rebuilds alone. And what has happened to past fire incidents in those markets? There were no transparent investigations. So people are giving, no, there's room for people to think this is an attack on Ndigbo. There's room for people to think so. Though emotion cannot replace evidence. And at this point, investigation are still going on. Meanwhile, like I said earlier, there have not been transparent investigation when things like this occur. But while, let me say, okay, investigation is still on, people are still looking as to why this happened. Let's keep emotion aside. There is no yet proof of sabotage. There are only insinuations of sabotage. But there are plenty proofs of negligence and poor safety system. There are so much of that. So the most responsible position is this. We will not accuse, but do not silence questions either. Yes, people can ask questions, but we may not accuse, but right in our minds, something is ringing. Yeah, I don't want to say beyond that. Because when you see a repeated pattern, you begin to like. And the real issue could be bigger than fire. Whether it is accident or negligence, one truth stands out. And Nigeria has repeatedly allowed preventable disasters to destroy private citizens' wealth. Then everybody moves on again. Because in most cases, there are no full public inquiry, no enforced reforms. There's nothing done to check this in case of next time. There is nothing like compensation. There is no serious rebuilding for the sake of safety next time. So until those changes, every future fire will reopen the same old wounds and suspicion. Here's what truly deserves national attention in this matter. Like I said earlier, I don't want to go the direction of ethnic blames or ethnic wars in this. But here are questions Nigeria should be asking. Why are major markets not treated as national economic assets? Why? And why is fire prevention reactive, not proactive? You wait till it comes and you start reacting. Instead of you to do something to stop it from coming. Instead of you to plan ahead, have safety, operate in a safety position. And this question keeps ringing. Why do traders always bear the full cost alone in terms of repair? In terms of what is lost, nobody compensates whatsoever. And why do investigations fade quietly after public outrage dies? Yes, because before, in a matter of not even up to weeks, okay, let me say weeks, in a matter of weeks, higher, at most a month, everything dies down. Nothing is done. If there are investigations, they would have closed. Why? So, people are asking questions because they have seen repeated patterns. And Nigeria must confront this negligence, this weak regulation, this poor emergency response, and the absence of accountability. Because, like I told you, something is ringing in the mind of some other people. Here, we don't want to accuse in this case. But Ndigbo sana anya. I don't want to accuse anybody. I don't want to accuse anybody. But our people should plan ahead. Because more is coming. This is not the first time, this is not the second time. And this is how it died down. Tomorrow, another market or this same market. another city or another group of people. And the same question will return. And afterwards, everything will die down again. Ndigbo Cheni Eche, I watched a video by J-Pack and I was like, it's like he's making sense so, in his daily hammer. I'm not saying you should leave your where you tread or whatsoever. I'm not going to. But I want us to be wise. I will not be working hard to take care of things and one Satan or negligence whatsoever will set fire on my investment. Investment that took me years to gather. Something that is like my life savings. Something that I used to sort out my family. And, think about it. This is where I'll leave it for now. Please share this video widely. I'm not saying all of this for the authorities to rethink. They have had a lot and enough time to really, it appears as if it's, let me leave it at this.